All right, guys, I want to do a video on early extension. So a lot of the players, me included, that come in to see me have an issue during the downswing where they have what we would call early extension, which essentially would be the butt or the pelvis kicking in towards the ball too early, right? So a lot of you guys would say, or people would say, you're trying to keep some sort of spine angle here and into your follow through. Now, we've done a video before on the whole idea that you don't really want to get rid of this early extension. You just really want it to happen later on in your movement. You want to add some rotation and have the extension happen past impact. And that's going to help a lot of people. If you have an early extension move and you've struggled to fix it, some people have a lot of success with like a chair or something on their butt that they would keep in contact with, but a lot of people that stuff doesn't work for, right? Some of you guys, adding more rotation and extending later on is gonna work really good, and some it's not going to. So I wanna give you multiple ways to accomplish the same thing. If you're still struggling with that early extension pattern and you've added the rotation pieces, I have a drill that I use that works a lot that specifically is in the way of where your legs and your feet go, and it's sort of a cause and effect thing of how your legs and the pressure in your feet will move and how that affects your body motion. So I'm gonna take a range bucket and an alignment rod to do this drill here, and I'm gonna set it up and I'll show you how this works. So what I'll do is I'll put the bucket a little bit behind my back foot, somewhere in between my foot and the ball here, and I'm going to put an alignment rod through. And I want the alignment rod to be roughly the height of kind of the middle of my right shin. So when I set this up, the goal here, and you can put this in different locations, all that matters really is that the stick is in front of my shin. So this would be about what I would be looking for here, is when I take my address posture, I have the alignment rod a couple inches in front of my leg here. The reality is from the top of the swing, when I'm at the top, my left leg has some amount of bend to it, and my right leg will have lost some bend from my address position. Just about every good player that I've seen will re-bend that right leg during the downswing. So it'll go from a somewhat straightish position, and I will re-bend it when I come down. Now the issue for me, and for some of you guys, will be when you re-bend too much and get your weight too far on your toes, then that makes my pelvis kick too far forward and I lose the rotation. A lot of players that'll come in where I see that pattern with their lower body, which will look like here, like this. If I put something in front of their leg and their knee and don't allow it to kick forward and run into that stick, but instead force it to go a little bit more towards the target, then all of a sudden they have a lot easier time rotating. So from the top of the backswing, again, I'll take a setup position, maybe an inch or two in front. I'm gonna go up to the top of my swing and I wanna feel my right leg, instead of going forward in towards the ball as much, I want it to start to work in towards my left leg. I wanna feel that I'm banking off the inside part of that foot, not my weight going all the way towards my toe, banking off the foot and allowing myself to turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and try one here. So that for me definitely feels like I have to make this leg work in here this way. Your leg and your knee is going to have some reflexing, and it should work forward and in as it rotates. I'm going to do one more like that. I can hit it a little better than that. And the same pieces. So I'm feeling like I'm pushing off the inside part of my right foot as I turn. And I'm trying to avoid that stick on the ground. I also, when I do that, I feel a sense that my left hip finishes a lot deeper behind me because I'm pushing off my right foot differently. So hopefully that makes sense. We're gonna actually shoot one more side over here and show you a different angle so you can see what that right leg action looks like, but we don't wanna have as much of this. For you guys that will extend, we wanna have that right leg kicking in more towards that left leg. So when I set this training station up and I want that stick maybe a couple inches in front of my leg, I want to avoid this pattern of the right leg, knee, thigh, and hip kicking in forward. I'd like them to be working inside of that stick as I rotate. Again, it's towards the target with a turn. So if I demonstrate, the poor version would be like this, and the good version, I'll actually hit one here, would look like that. So my right leg stays inside of that stick as I open up instead of this.